Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Nicole if you're new, and I love home cooking. Today for Sunday dinner, I'm gonna be making baked $1,000,000 spaghetti. Now, I normally make regular, I guess boring spaghetti, but I wanted to try the $1,000,000 spaghetti today because you know how I've been trying to make more higher protein meals on my channel. If you've been following my Sunday dinner kind of series, I saw another creator do it by adding just a few ingredients to make it more high protein. And I thought that that looked delicious. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a try today. So a bit of an experiment like these always are. I feel like spaghetti in general is just really hard to mess up. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot. I'm gonna start off with cutting up my vegetables. Now in this spaghetti, I am going to sneak in some onions. Well, not really because we love onions, but I am gonna sneak in one whole green bell pepper, which is what I'm chopping up right now, just to give us some added nutrients into our meal. I happen to like bell peppers and think that they go great in spaghetti. So I'm gonna get one of these chopped up in here. Now I have my pan heating up on the stove right now with just a little bit of avocado oil so that we can get our ground beef going. Now, key to making this spaghetti higher protein is the type of ground beef that you're using. And I know I've probably said this on my channel multiple times before, but the leaner the meat, the less fat, the lower calories, and the higher protein it is. So today I'm going to be using extra lean ground beef. It is 96% lean, so very, very high protein for the amount of calories. I'm going to go ahead and add in 1 pound of that to my pan on the stove and get that browning up. All right, now that our meat is cooked through a bit, I'm just going to scoot it to the side. And I'm gonna add in my chopped green bell pepper and my onions. This is about half the onion. You could use less, but I like onions. And we'll just let these soften for a bit. All right, now we're just gonna go in with some simple seasoning. Garlic salt goes in. I don't ever measure really, just go for it. Lots of pepper. And some Italian seasoning. And we're just gonna keep letting our veggies soften just a few more minutes. This is on medium heat. Okay, now for the other protein aspect of our spaghetti, I am gonna be using for my noodles the Protein Plus Barilla spaghetti noodles. Now, these ones, per serving, 190 calories, and 10 grams of protein. Now, even though I think this is more of a plant-based protein, it says chickpeas and lentils and peas, which are a good source of protein. I promise you this tastes just like regular spaghetti. I've tried other brands before like Bonza, but this one is good. Even my husband says so. It just tastes like regular spaghetti and it's not a huge price difference. So I'm gonna start boiling on my stove in some salted water, half a box of this. And for the spaghetti red sauce of our $1,000,000 spaghetti, I'm going to be using this jar of Filippo Bedio marinara organic and mild garlic sauce. Now, this one is no sugar added. It's only 60 calories, which is quite low because I've seen a lot higher calories on other pasta sauces. It only has 4 grams of sugar per serving. Now this one is pretty pricey, but it's the one that I have on hand because I actually got it for free at my local grocery store. If you've watched any of my clearance shopping haul videos, you know I love a good deal. And this one, my grocery store just happened to gift me through like my app rewards. So pretty pricey bottle, very good quality. I'm gonna go ahead and use this for the red part of our spaghetti sauce. All right, so our spaghetti, our meat sauce is looking pretty good. I added a little bit more of Italian seasoning because it needed it, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut the heat on this. Now I did take a little bit of my spaghetti pasta water and just drop some in this bottle so that I could pour it out, get a little more liquid in here, and make sure that I got all of this yummy sauce out. No wasting. So now we're gonna go ahead and drain our pasta noodles. I'm doing it al dente style, so I'm only leaving these in here for about 7 minutes. All right, since our noodles are ready, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the white sauce for our baked spaghetti. Now, I've seen so many different versions of this. I don't know exactly which one is like the original type version. Some people use Alfredo sauce for the white sauce on the spaghetti noodles. And then some people just use like a ricotta. So I'm gonna go ahead and follow sort of the high protein version that I saw, and that is using some cottage cheese to add protein in this. I have on hand this Daisy low fat cottage cheese, so 90 calories, 13 grams a serving. 13 grams of protein per serving, which is great. Now, the cottage cheese I feel like is gonna give me sort of ricotta-like vibes. And I have about 3/4 of this 24-ounce container left. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use it all. And then I have seen some people use cream cheese to add the creamy part of the white sauce. So what I'm gonna do is I've been using, as an alternative to cream cheese, I've been using Laughing Cow cheese. So this is Laughing Cow light cheese, which I think is about 25 calories per wedge, 2 grams of protein. And I have seen other creators use Laughing Cow to make their own Alfredo as well. I'll use 3 of these light Laughing Cow wedges to add sort of the creamy factor to our white sauce. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic in here just so that it has some sort of seasoning in it. And then I'm gonna whip it right in this container with a handheld blender, and we'll get that in our noodles. Okay, so I didn't use a handheld blender. I just went and used my fork. It actually is not that bad to break up like I thought. And I'm gonna go ahead and mix that up right in my pan that the noodles were in. Now I'm just gonna take that and mix it into my noodles. This really reminds me of like a lasagna since it's baked, and we're gonna add a layer of cheese on top. So I think that looks pretty good. Now I already have my oven preheating at 350 degrees. So I'm just gonna grab a baking dish and start layering. Alright, so I'm just gonna do a light spray of some avocado oil. I'll throw down my spaghetti noodles. And the reason why I only made one half of a box of the pasta is because I want there to be more meat than there is noodles. Just those ratios help to better, increase the protein goal of this dish for myself. Oh, and lower the calories. But if you don't need to lower the calories, go ahead and add a whole box of spaghetti. Next, we are going in with our delicious meat sauce. This looks so good. Make sure I get everything in. Spread it across the top. All right, meat layer done. Now we're gonna move on to our cheese. Cheese always adds protein, but I'm gonna lower the calories a bit by using fat-free cheese. So I'm gonna do 2 parts mozzarella, 2 parts cheddar. Not exactly measuring it, but really just put whatever amount of cheese you want. It's just for the topping. But I went ahead and I rinsed this cheese first, because if you've ever worked with fat-free cheese or pre-shredded like this, it has sort of a layer on it that's meant to help keep it from sticking. So I rinsed that off. A lot of people do when they're using fat-free cheese, and it'll just help it to melt better when you do it that way. So I've got my cheese layer on there, and then a little more cheese. I'm going to be doing some of this shredded Parmesan cheese. 1, I have it on hand. 2, and I don't like to waste food. And 2, Parmesan cheese I feel like would go great in this. And it's also not bad in the calorie to protein ratio, just in general by itself. So I'm gonna add a nice layer, sprinkling, I guess, of Parmesan cheese as well. All right, so now I'm just gonna cover this with some foil, and we're gonna bake it in there for 30 minutes. We'll check it, remove the foil, and then bake an additional maybe 10 to 15 or so. Okay, so now really quickly, I wanna get started on our dessert. It's gonna be so easy, which I love. So I'm just taking some strawberries that I already sliced up, fresh strawberries. And this is gonna be like a strawberry chocolate peanut butter bark, I guess you could say. So I'm just gonna arrange them on my sheet kind of randomly. I don't think I need very many, but I'm just gonna do a really simple design today, if you can call it that. So you can see I have 4 little sections of just my dessert. Now I'm gonna do a peanut butter layer, but I'm gonna lower the calories a bit and use my organic PB Fit powder. So this peanut butter powder, you just mix with water and it makes you peanut butter, but it's a lower calorie, high protein version. So with mine, it doesn't come out sweet. So mine, I add water and I do some sugar-free syrup. This is sugar-free pancake syrup because this is sweet, at least it is to me. So I do a mixture of the powder, water, and syrup. I just kind of eyeball it and just get it to the point in which I feel it's sweet enough. And then, so it comes out, I added a little more water to make sure it's a little drippy like this, so that we can spread it over our strawberries. So I'm gonna take my peanut butter and do us a nice peanut butter layer on top of each of these. And just kind of make sure they're all connected by the peanut butter. Let me move this one a little closer, just like that. They kind of remind me of like a healthy version of turtles a bit. Now, I don't normally mix peanut butter with strawberries. I mix peanut butter with bananas. So I thought this was a really interesting combination, but I've seen a lot of people do their version like this, so it must be good. Now I'm gonna add on my chocolate layer. I'm gonna melt some of my semi-sweet chocolate. If you remember, I used the Bake Believe no sugar added chocolate brand just because it's lower calorie, but still sweet. All right, so I'm gonna take my very hot melted chocolate and then just kind of mix that on top. I guess not mix it, but try to make it a layer on top is what we're trying to do. And I just have some pecan halves or pieces, and I'm just gonna sprinkle them right on. And now they're really giving me turtle vibes, but like a healthy version. And you could probably just use whatever nut you want, but this is what I have on hand. I'm just gonna take these and place them in the fridge to set up. Okay, so I just got the foil off of my baked spaghetti, and that's gonna be in there for another 10 minutes or so that cheese gets nice and browned. It's already pretty bubbly. Now I'm gonna get started on my low calorie version of garlic bread. This I saw from another creator as well, because I already have these on hand, my Joseph's mini pita breads. Now, if you've never tried these before, this pita is low calorie. It has really good macros, meaning good calorie to protein ratios. So each one of these, this is the mini pitas, are 50 calories, 5 grams of protein. So I just have my little pitas down on my board. And this is gonna be really easy. I haven't done it before, but I saw another creator do it online. Super simple. I'm gonna take some of my fat-free mozzarella, and remember I washed or I rinsed this cheese so that we can get that layer off on top and that it melts a little better for us. And I'm not measuring it, but there's a good amount of cheese on here. I like my cheesy bread to be cheesy. And we're gonna do just a little bit of salt on each one, a little bit of pepper. And you should use like some nice roasted garlic, but I'm in a pinch right now, so I'm just gonna use a little bit of garlic powder on these. And then just a little bit sprinkle of oregano leaves. And I'm gonna put these into my air fryer at 375 degrees for like 4 or 5 minutes or so till this cheese gets nice and melted and browned. All right, so I just got this out of the oven. It looks nice and bubbly. So I'm just gonna take some chopped up parsley that I have Sprinkle that on the top. And I'm definitely gonna let this cool for a few minutes, just like lasagna, before I rip into this and serve it. But for right now, it smells really good. All right, everyone, that is it for this Sunday dinner. Thank you so much for joining me on this one with our $1 million spaghetti. I wasn't sure exactly how to plate it, but I figured since it was similar to lasagna, I just kind of cut out sections of it and put it on our plate, served it next to our green salad. All of us liked it. I ate it, my husband, and even my toddler. I still wouldn't say it is that much different from regular spaghetti, but it still tasted good, and obviously it's gonna taste good because you add in whatever you and your family like to it. So it is nice to have a little switch up though, different from just regular plain old spaghetti. Plus ours had higher protein and lower calorie and still tasted good, which was my goal. On the side of that, our garlic and mozzarella cheese pitas were actually really good. I didn't really have high hopes for those. To be honest, but I really liked it. It is really similar to like a cheesy flatbread. And my husband ate all of his as well. So did my son. So we really like those. And then for dessert, I took out my strawberry peanut butter chocolate bark, I guess you could call it, or chocolate treats. Let them thaw for a few minutes on the counter so that they weren't so rock hard after I took them out of the freezer. And these were good too. You can't hate on strawberries, chocolate, and peanut butter. It's just that for me, I don't really prefer the peanut butter with strawberries for some reason. I love peanut butter with banana, but with strawberries, I'm just not a huge fan of it. So the treat itself is still good. I just would probably, for myself, leave out the peanut butter next time and just go straight chocolate and nuts or chocolate and sprinkles. If you enjoyed this one, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up because that would really help out my channel. If you want to see more of my home cooking, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the videos that I got coming out soon. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.